I've been collecting. I've stored mitigation racks, most of them in the other building. And folks will oversee.
We'll go into regenerative braking and the engine cuts out.
Well, it's supposed to. Here's what I thought we would do today. Is I'll bring my laptop in here in a minute and we talk. Let's take some wheels off. I'd really like to, and I know, you're kind of pulled out from the field office, and I think that you kind of need to take a look at it so that you can then talk to the folks at Toyota about what we need to do. But obviously, this is a lady who's driven for, what's she, 48 now? Or is she younger than
49 next month.
Yeah, so, driven for 30 years and
never had an accident.
So this is vehicle defect, and we want to figure out for a whole host of reasons what it was. And we'd like to kind of work with you guys to get that done. But we need to get some things set up. But I know you need to just sort of see the vehicle, and I'm fine about pulling some of this stuff out of there. Let's do a preliminary examination, take the wheels off, see what we see, and then maybe we can kind of talk about what we want to do next in terms of computers and things like that. About what sort of safe mode there would be to do those. You just need in that side? No, we're past it here.
You've got a 12-volt battery.
Okay.
In the back.
Okay.
That's probably it right there.
Okay.
That powers up the ECUs on board. That's
ECUs
what they use.
are
The computers.
Okay.
Because computers, turn signals, dash lights, all that stuff's still 12 volts.
Okay.
You have an HV battery, which is right along in here.
Yeah.
Down underneath the floor.
Okay.
That's the 200-volt battery.
Okay.
And that's the thing that can get to you.
Okay.
There is a disconnect plug on the side that you pull, and it drops the disconnects the battery inside.
Okay.
So it's safer to work through.
Okay.
Getting to that though, it's going to be.
You'd have to sort of pry this up.
You're going to have to do a lot of prying.
Okay. All right. And then does it take? Do you have a specific, like if we were to get that disconnected, and we put the 12-volt battery, then is there a specific machine that we?
I've got what they call a scan tool to read codes of computers.
Okay.
You can jump the battery. You don't have to get right to the 12 volt if it's all in one piece normally. Right here is the lead off of it. So you go positive, negative, and green. And that would power up 12 volts. Because those little batteries, when we park these cars, if you park them more than about 2 weeks or so, you have to draw those batteries down because the computers are still thinking, they're still drawing some power off of it.
Okay.
So this has been down a month and a half.
Yeah, 6 weeks. Yeah.
So it's probably dead if it's not damaged.
Okay.
And a jumper box, that's what I was thinking. If we do a jumper box with all the damaged wires that are hanging out, you might smoke up more stuff than what you really want.
Okay. So
this is the inverter that does the conversion of the high voltage.
Okay. All right. So if we even if we disconnected that other battery, is there a way to take the computer out itself?
Oh, the computers, you can pull those out without disconnecting.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how we. I think we're going to be able to see some things visually from a visual inspection, but obviously we're going to want the data from that computer at some point, and I'm just trying to figure out the safest, easiest way to do that.
Now that, like you were asking, the SRS, or the airbag computer, has the capability, though I've never seen any printouts from it. This is all done higher up. For registering when the airbag's deployed, where the belt's hooked, you know, which ones, was your foot on the brake, how fast you were going. That's what it could tell. What you're wanting to know is, did the throttle stick open? It won't be able to tell you that.
Okay.
It doesn't look at that. It'll look whether her foot was on the brake or off when the bags went off.
But it could tell you the foot was on the brake, you were going 90 miles an hour or something,
Yeah,
or whatever.
When the bag's deployed, it'll tell you the status at that instant.
Right.
That's when it logs in.
Okay. And where is that little computer located?
Right here, the center console. Airbag assembly. Here's the bottom one. So you gotta yank the console and this area up here out. It's down the bottom.
Okay. So the computer that runs the car, we
That's
don't
over here.
necessarily need to.
No,
Okay.
that
Okay, so that's over.
that'll hold failure codes for like if throttle position was open or short or out of range, injectors, running lean, running rich, things like that.
Will it
Okay.
show?
More how the.
Engine performance was for emissions.
Okay.
Now, she had, at the time, she had no feet on the pedals. She had to brake to slow down to 65 when she's on I-70 and I-40's merging on. And she took her foot off the brake after she'd slowed to 65. She had feet on neither pedal. The car started speeding up a little bit. She didn't think anything of it because she'd been going downhill. So she remembered that she needed to apply the brakes a second time to get to 65, took her foot off the pedal, so feet on no pedals. And then all of a sudden it just surged and took off. So it's not like she pushed on the accelerator and it stuck there. Her foot wasn't even on it. Would the computer be the communication to tell the car to speed up? Because it wasn't the pedal that did anything. Her foot wasn't on the pedal.
Yeah, the way the system works on this, on your foot feed, the gas pedal, you have a potentiometer. It tells how far you're pushing the pedal. That talks to the computer for your demand. The computer then takes that demand, sends a signal out to the motor on the throttle here, and that's what opens the throttle to the engine. It's usually set at a preset RPM. It's not so much variable in between like a regular gas engine. It's either like middle speed or a high speed. Everything else is done through the transmission with the variable planetary in there for the electric motor and the gas engine to combine to increase your speed.
So is there a way of knowing if it was gas acceleration versus electric acceleration, or did they both happen at the same time? And if it was a computer malfunction, is there any way to know what the computer was doing? Or
that would have to be done through the designers of the computer. Nick and Denso is usually the one on it.
yeah.
So you'd have to approach them and they'd have to take a look at it. We have no way of doing that out here.